5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You usually got to give it about 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. WarGames. Oh, excuse me. WarGames. That's the punchline. Come on, you knew I had to. Survivor Series WarGames. We're back, people. And for the first time ever on the main roster, nearly 20 years after the match that WWE had created to basically avoid using WarGames in Survivor Series, even though they probably should have from the get-go, we now have it finally coming to the main roster. Survivor Series, the WarGames edition. For the past 5 years, WarGames has primarily been held in NXT through the NXT WarGames event. Now it has graduated from there, and we have now moved up to the main roster. And boy, do we have a hell of a one. The 4th Survivor Series to be held in good old Boston after 1993, 2008, and 2013. The first Survivor Series to take place on a Saturday, and the first since 1994 to not take place on a Sunday. And the big thing, of course, the first one to feature WarGames. There is no Raw vs. SmackDown brand supremacy crap this year, which thank goodness, because that shit was getting old. And to be honest, there was never really any stakes other than bragging rights, which only...
Although 2019 was probably the best one they did. But
that's when NXT was in the mix, and even then they only did it to try to strap the rocket to maybe get some momentum for NXT against AEW. Despite the fact that these idiots putting it on the same night as Dynamite, all that did was basically fracture the audience, hurt NXT more, and put it in the fucking position that it's in now, which it's still not out of the hole. And if it's not getting out of the hole, then I'm not predicting this crap anymore. Because I can't take it anymore. But that's another rant for another time there. And that voice you heard that just mentioned 2019 was none other than our resident Jon Moxley stan, Steven.
Oi! What's up, everyone?
And joining us back for this time because he's off because this is Thanksgiving weekend, I suppose. So most people are out of school, the youngins at least here. We got Aiden with us.
What's up, guys?
And I am your host. I am the commander in charge of this unit.
They're in chat.
Coffee Lover 239. And there you are, Hassan. Hello. Did you enjoy Full Gear last Saturday night? Yeah, I did. I'd say I did. I liked it. It definitely felt like a good enough reset, basically, that AEW needed after all the crap that's happened the past few months. But now, we've got to get to focusing on this here. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go straight into WarGames. And here is our first WarGames match, actually. It's the women's WarGames match. It's Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and a mystery woman that we have no idea who, but will be revealed later tonight on SmackDown as I'm recording this. It is 12:07 Central Standard Time right now on this Black Friday, November 25th, 2022. And they will be going up against Damage Control. Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley. So, after Bianca Belair retained the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam, she was confronted by a returning Bayley, accompanied by Dakota Kai and Io Shirai. And the trio would dub themselves as Damage Control, literally spelled control like you would see it on a keyboard. And they began feuding with the trio of Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. Well, Belair and Bayley fought over the Raw Women's Championship. Bliss and Asuka battled with Kai and Shirai. I can't fucking speak. Is that why they actually renamed it Kai and Sky? Because they thought it would rhyme, or at least sound like it would rhyme? It's not that clever, but I digress. So they feuded Damage Control and Bliss and Asuka over the Women's Tag Team Championships. Bella retained her title against Bayley at Extreme Rules and Crown Jewel, while Bliss and Asuka won the tag titles from Kai and Shirai on the October 31st episode of Raw, but lost them back to Kai and Shirai at Crown Jewel thanks to Nikki Cross attacking Bliss. What are they doing with the women's tag titles? Just drag them all back and kill them all the Eller style. On the following episode of Raw, Belair, Bliss, and Asuka challenged Damage Control to a WarGames match at Survivor Series WarGames, which was accepted. Damage Control subsequently recruited Cross to their team. The following week, Mia Yim, who had returned to WWE the previous week, joined Belair's team, while Rhea Ripley joined Bayley's team. On November 21st episode of Raw, Ripley defeated Asuka to give Bayley's team the advantage in the WarGames match. While also on the show, Belair said the final member of her team would be revealed on the November 25th episode of SmackDown. And that's the big question. Who is the 5th woman on Bianca Belair's team? People have speculated out the ass between Naomi, between Becky Lynch, who may or may not be ready to be back from her injury, between Android 18. No, I'm not going to say her actual name, but anyone who's watched this podcast knows who I'm referring to by that name. And then there's the big elephant in the room, one Sasha Banks. I mean, if you look at the optics, I mean, she's probably the most obvious one to be the 5th woman, because, I mean, we're in Boston. This is the first ever women's WarGames match on the main roster. You don't think she doesn't want a piece of that? I'd like to think she does. However, no one knows the status of either Sasha or Naomi, and we've been stuck in this rut, and I have a feeling we're not getting out of this. We're going to keep hearing about this and more crap with the CM Punk fiasco until the end of the year, which, quite frankly, I just want it to be over now. And yes, Hassan, I did have a nice day of Thanksgiving. Anyway, so this is probably going to be pretty good. You got a good set of women on both teams, and the 5th woman will probably be as well a good asset as well, regardless of who it is. I believe originally it was Candice LeRae was originally supposed to be in the match. I can't remember. Was she supposed to be on Bianca's team? Maybe? I think, perhaps? It's possible. I think it was supposed to be her, but she was on the injury reserve list now, so that's out of the question. And we're not going to know until later tonight. I don't know. Steven, who do you got on this one?
Since Bianca won at the last pay-per-view, I got Damage Control.
And who do you think's going to be the mysterious 5th woman on Belair's team?
I got the man, Becky Lynch.
I see.
I was gonna say like Sasha, but
Too obvious.
Too obvious at this point.
I gotcha, yeah. And what about you, Aiden? Who's your pick?
I'll go with Bianca's team.
And who do you think's going to be the mystery woman?
I'll go with Sasha Banks.
I see. One obvious, one non-obvious. Between the two teams, you can't go wrong, but I don't know. I do feel like some of the other side stuff has really hurt the feud between the women's tag titles changing too much hands, and there's not any, like, decent long reigns to make the title seem valuable. I'm going to go with Belair's team, and I'm just going to say Becky Lynch, actually, to be honest, because, yeah, Sasha's kind of obvious, and at this point, you don't know. You don't know who the 5th woman's going to be. They should have revealed it on Raw, but I don't even know.
Find out. They're going to find out tonight on SmackDown.
Let's go to the next. Now, this is the real WarGames match everyone has going crazy for. The men's. The Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Rich Holland, and Pete Dunne, goddammit. Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline of Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Honorary Uce, Sami Zayn, and Usos, Jay and Jimmy. It used to be Jimmy and Jay, but I guess now Jay because, well, you know. Actually, and yeah, we did have nice food at Thanksgiving, to answer your question. Now, in mid-October, the Brawling Brutes began feuding with members of the Bloodline, including an unsuccessful attempt at the Usos' Undisputed Tag Team Championship. On the November 11th episode of SmackDown, the two teams brawled, which also involved the Bloodline leader, undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre also joined the fray, siding with the Brawling Brutes. The following week, it was confirmed that the Brawling Brutes would face the Bloodline in a WarGames match at Survivor Series WarGames. Despite McIntyre's past issues with Sheamus, they made amends and he joined Sheamus' team as he had his own issues with the Bloodline. Later that night, after Butch defeated Zayn in a first-round match of the SmackDown World Cup tournament, the two teams brawled, after which Kevin Owens finally made his return from injury and revealed himself as the 5th member of Sheamus' team, with Owens also having previous issues with the Bloodline. So this should be a damn memorable match. I have a feeling this is going to be an all-out insanity. It'll be madness, is what it will be. But it should be enjoyable regardless. There's not much else I can say to this one. There's no mystery, people. What you see is what you get. And, yeah, so, Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
I got the Bloodline. But also, one more thing to add to this. If the Brawling Brutes does win, Sami Zayn gets the pinfall, and they're gonna kick him out. They're gonna literally kick him out. Was it Jey Uso that... No, wait, Jimmy Uso.
No, Jay's the one who has problems with Sammy, basically. Jimmy and everyone else he gets along with fine, but... Either
way, I can see Bloodline unstoppable force right now. Roman has the belt. Usos have the belt. So, but the Brawling
basically will cause a fall of the Bloodline, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I get that. This is the starting one that will basically inevitably build up to WrestleMania, when eventually Roman will lose one way or another.
And with Kevin Owens involved in this, we might see Kevin and Sammy
go for the Usos. Ah, I gotcha. See, we can think just alike.
Yep.
Sometimes great minds think for themselves. Other times they think alike. What about you, Aiden?
Bloodline.
Now we're all in unanimous agreement then, because I'm going to go with the Bloodline on this one too. Can you not see the title, Hassan? I mean, we're still doing it here. You can see the title. Look at the match. It literally says it there. Ay, buddy. Where's Jesse when you need him? Let's just go to the next WarGames match. We're out of the main WarGame matches. We got to handle the remaining 3 of the 5 of them. We've got Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi Blackheart for the SmackDown Women's Championship. On the November 11th episode of SmackDown, Shotzi Blackheart won a 6-pack challenge to earn a SmackDown Women's Championship match against Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series WarGames. There's nothing more to say. Shotzi's just another filler opponent for Ronda, basically. It's probably not even going to last long. Get your stopwatches and your cameras ready, folks. This ain't going to last long. Yeah.
Wait, do you say Ronda Rousey, or do you mean Ronda...
Rousey?
Yep.
Oh, man, I told you, you won't even have enough time to fall asleep because it'll be over before it even begins. So, who's your pick, Steven?
I got Ronda.
Aiden?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey it is. See, we're not going to waste more time on this match. We're all unanimous. Let's go. Now we've got AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Oh boy, and both of their teams are in their corners, so... This is about to get, interesting, to say the least. In early October, the OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson begin a rivalry with the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and Rhea Ripley. But the OC were always at a disadvantage due to Ripley, who cost the OC their 6-man tag team match against their stablemates at Crown Jewel. And so on the November 7th episode of Raw, the OC confronted Judgment Day and introduced the returning Mia Yim as their solution to deal with Ripley. The following week, a singles match between Styles and Balor was scheduled for Survivor Series WarGame, with respective stablemates in their corners. This will even each other out. Hopefully the shenanigans will be kept outside, but I'm not betting on that. I wouldn't bet, period, but that's just me. And we'll see what happens. Who's your pick, Steven?
Real quick about the Judgment Day. At first, when the Judgment Day was kicking off, Edge was the leader.
Yeah.
And then they just kicked him out. Like, not even a month of heel. A month of Edge being a heel.
And then
that didn't make sense to me. Now, I'm enjoying a little bit more. Not saying Vince kind of made me not a fan of Judgment Day. But
now you're getting behind them.
Yes.
Pick.
Ooh, I got with JJ. 3 years without him winning the singles.
Yeah, he hasn't had a singles pay-per-view win in almost 4 years.
That's embarrassing.
It really is. It's sad. Jeez. And what about you, Aiden?
AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. AJ needs the win.
He needs to get a pay-per-view win.
You know, it's funny. I'm wearing my AJ Styles shirt right now. That's fucking hilarious.
That's a coincidence.
He needs to get a pay-per-view win, bro.
You got that right there. All right, let's go to the last match. And last, but certainly not least, Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship Triple Threat match. On the November 7th episode of Raw, Seth freaking... What the fuck? No, it's just Seth Rollins. Fuck that. Fuck the freaking...
Fuck Bill Goldberg.
You didn't... He's not even on the... Okay, you know what? Please stop saying that. If you don't stop fucking saying that, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay.
You can't stop saying it! That's the problem! Ay, what is wrong with you? Okay, so on the November 7th episode of Raw, Seth Rollins... And, yeah, we're going to watch it on Peacock, and, yeah, I know when Rampage starts... Wait. That's not the normal time, is it?
No, they changed it an hour early.
Oh, hold on, I got...
No, 2 hours. Like, no, it starts at 7.
Oh,
and now
really?
it starts... Yeah,
Okay,
now it starts at...
Pause for just one moment. We'll get to the match details soon. He's kind of derailing things. No offense, Hassan, but... Oh, what the fuck? Something is not right. Okay, something was going haywire there for a minute. What the fuck? 3 to 4? What the hell? Oh,
Yep.
because hockey.
Exactly.
Dirty sons of it. Well, I guess it'll be the normal stream time then today, and fuck, maybe I'll actually do something even further here. Maybe I'll do an endurance stream to make up for yesterday. I don't know. Okay, back to this match. We're getting off topic. Stop it. Grr. R. Okay, on the November 7th episode of Raw, Seth Rollins held an open challenge for the United States Championship, which was answered by Bobby Lashley, who Rollins controversially won the title from a few weeks prior. The match never commenced, as Lashley instead attacked Rollins before the match could begin. After the beatdown, Austin Theory ran out and cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on a weakened Rollins. However, Rollins retained the title thanks to interference by Lashley for no fucking reason. The following week, Lashley said he would continue to target Rollins until he won back the championship, and later that night, Theory attacked Rollins. On the November 21st episode, it was announced that Rollins would defend the U.S. Championship against Lashley and Theory in a triple threat match at Survivor Series WarGames. Getting rid of the briefcase off Austin Theory was the last reminiscent of Vince McMahon's touch still there, but the way they booked about it still feels like he never fucking left in the first place. Despite this, at least Theory is starting to look more, I guess, presentable on TV. He's actually got some facial hair, too. He's dropped the stupid selfie shit. But it's still going to take plenty of fucking work for people like BC to get behind him. And that said... you know what? I don't really have anything else to say about this. So, Steven, who you got?
I got... For some reason, I was going to say Batista. I don't know what happened.
What?
I was
Not even wrestling
I was
anymore.
gonna say fucking. I was watching the Guns and Galaxies Holiday Special.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, but off top of that, Seth Rollins.
Alright, what about you, Aiden?
Austin Theory.
Ooh. Should we do 1-1-1 across the board, or... Yeah, I don't think Lashley needs it right now. I'll just say Seth Rollins will retain, just to make it easier. And that's all she wrote. This is the last main roster pay-per-view before we go into a you-know-what. And, yeah. Before we get into the beast.
This would be... You got Deadline and... we might do each final battle, I think, too.
Maybe. It might be a double feature. There is no promises. No anything guarantee there, but we may. Maybe. But yeah, we won't be getting around to Full Gear. Or not Full Gear. That's already... What is wrong with me? I feel so fried from this year, I can't function and think normally. Okay, but no, we'll be doing Deadline and Final Battle, possibly sometime in the next couple weeks, if you give or take. We may have to do it day of, or in the evening again. Man, insanity. I can't take this anymore. This pay-per-view will be good, but I'm just tired from all the crap I've dealt with this year. I'm ready to just... You know, is it bad? You know what, no, I'm going to save the final speech for when we get to there. Because I need to let this marinate, like a turkey in a smoker. You know what I mean?
Pun
That way,
intended.
yeah, and no, not exactly. Let it sit for a bit, like a turkey in a smoker. That way, much like how a turkey will taste when it comes straight from the smoker, my words will come straight from the heart for the final year with NXT Deadline and Ring of Honor Final Battle pay-per-view, because that will be the last one we do for this year. It looks like day one has officially been yeeted, as it's not even showing in the network chronology here on Wikipedia. It just goes straight to Royal Rumble. And if it's been officially yeeted, then good. No one asked for it. No one fucking needs it. In the words of Adam Jensen, we never asked for this. I want to thank Aiden and Steven for being here with me as well. I don't know what I'd do without you two boys, and I feel rejuvenated in a weird way after everything here, after the last one. I feel much more rejuvenated, don't you think?
See.
Yeah, and so we'll be back in the next couple weeks for a deadline. It may be later in the evening on the 9th, if not day of the pay-per-view. I don't genuinely know. We'll find out. Just take it easy on yourself, and we'll see you next time. Until then, what is Ring of Honor final pay-per-view for the year final battle? Yes, you'll see when we do it. We'll see. So look, until then, we'll see you all next time. Just take care of yourselves and each other, and bye-bye, everybody.